I can see many people have joined on time, right? Great to see Himanshu ji again on this webinar. That's so nice. Pooja, Nitu, Manish sir. Uh, Thank you. Very, very, very good evening and very warm welcome to everyone. I'm just looking at the chat box also. Am I audible to everyone? Yes. Great.
Hello,
Okay.
good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good afternoon. How are
Danish.
you? So nice to see you here. Excellent. So I think without taking too much time, we should start the session. And believe me, we are going to have very interactive session today. Okay, because we have no agenda. Sometimes, having the webinars and meetings without having agenda is a perfect time, a perfect way of doing it. So I welcome you all to the series of Perspective with ProTouch. This is the initiative we have taken where we have, practitioners, experienced youngsters uh, come with their own perspective to do the things. Because, after having a lot of experience, we get to know there is no particular way of doing the things. There is only perspective, and few perspectives, few ways have worked with all of us, and we would like to share those things. uh, I would like to also brief you about ProTouch. ProTouch is a corporate training solution organization. It's not only corporate, we are training solutions we are into. We provide a lot of training programs to various corporates on behavior like POSH, gender sensitization, emotional intelligence, uh, conflict management, soft skill programs. These are few of our flagship programs. Sales leadership. We are also into coaching, and we have one fantabulous another division of ProTouch, and that is what we call it as a HR school. And we have dedicated one division only for HR specialization course. And we give certification programs in HR like HR generalist, HR analytics, SAP HR. Because somewhere, keeping in mind, we have a lot of youngsters who are not able to go, maybe want to do MBA or, spend so much money and time to get, the degree. Having said that, they can do this course in 3 months and shorter durations, and they can have, a lot of benefit from the course, because course we have made is extremely practical. So that is, our ProTouch is also associated with, institutes like IIM and XLRI. We are their authorized training center in Gurgaon. So that is all about ProTouch. But most important is today's program. I welcome you all once again, and I just want to say big thank you to today's guest speaker, Janki. And let me tell you, I am also meeting her face to face for the first time. Okay, so Janki is from Bangalore, and her company's name is Yog Business Solutions. And I think she's a perfect example of having diverse career, multi-talented, and I think living the life the way you want. Amazing combination of skills. I'm sure most of you must be following her on LinkedIn, and it is so inspiring to see her work. And my lesson from her work is, art of imperfection. Right? She just goes on LinkedIn, and whatever is in her mind, she just put it across, and that touches the chords of people. That is how Janki is. As far as her professional experience is concerned, she is HR advisory, leadership hiring, IT consulting. I mean, just see the diversity in her profile, right? Content marketing. She is also into branding and communication. I think this is the perfect blend of HR, technology, and branding coming together. So that is what it is about, Janki. And above, beyond all this, whatever, we had a very short duration um, conversation, but I must tell you, I just loved your simplicity. I just loved your containment. The way she said, how many recruitments I'm able to do in a year. And she said, I think that is sufficient for me to live my life. And which is most important, we should know where to stop, where our destination is, than just running around. And hats off to you, Janki. Than professional, there is an emotional connect, and we look forward for today's session. So I think, we have a one ritual when we start is like, wherever you are, you can, and if your cameras are on, you can bring your hands like this. I can see a few faces here. Just bring your hands like this. And let's welcome Janki with a virtual clapping. And this is called, we are doing virtual clapping for everyone. Okay, I think this is more audible. Oh, this deserves a picture. So please keep on doing it. Excellent, loving it. Amazing. Thank you so much. And we welcome you all. And on that note, let's start the program. And we will keep it very, very, very interactive. So please keep on writing your questions in the chat box. That is very important, right? So we will be talking only for 15-20 minutes. And after that, we will be taking only questions. So please keep your questions ready. The entire objective of having this program is to solve your queries, and what is there in your mind. Let's discuss that. Okay. Welcome, Janki.
Right. Hello, ma'am. Thanks for a fantastic introduction. And I also see that you have a very enthusiastic crowd who want to know a lot more about what I have done so far.
Yes.
Now, so I will be completing a decade of being self-employed. And I have helped a lot of startup companies to scale up with their manpower. And I have started this business on my own 10 years ago. In the end, I will share as to how I started building my business and how I started building my clientele, so that people who are in this network will also know how to start up on their own, or how, if they are working also in some place, how much personal branding is important. So apart from touching upon points on employer branding, I wish to give 9 hacks of recruitment. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure there are people who are into recruitment, right? In this space. Can I see in the chat box? Can you just comment on the chat box saying if you're into recruitments? Anybody?
Yes, there are many people are from recruitment. Naresh, Shilpi, Himanshu. Many people are there from recruitment. Amazing. So we can certainly address that. But to start with, I just would like to know that what exactly the employer branding is.
Right. See, for example, if you are a company, okay, and if you are a person, first let's talk about personal branding. Okay, how can you build a personal brand? You talk to everybody in the office every day, and some people consider that you are an expert in a particular area. Some people, they say that no, he doesn't know something about this. So each and every person has a certain opinion about you, right? Personal branding, is a particular term. In a better way, you can also say that it is a reputation. What is your reputation? And to build anything, you need reputation first. Okay, if you don't want to call it branding, or if you don't want to call it marketing, it is what is called as reputation. So even when you're working in an office setup, if you know something really good, if you're very good at a particular kind of training, if you're doing soft skills training, if you have mastered communication skills, if you have mastered presentation skills, they know that, please get in touch with Dr. Aparna, or please get in touch with Janaki. They will say that this person knows it really well. Just the same way, initially you get introduced in an atmosphere saying that, this person has this knowledge, that knowledge. So for any business or for any employment, even when you're working within a company, you require personal branding. So there are three ways of doing this personal branding, which is similar in the way in which companies brand also, which is called as employer branding. I will tell you both aspects so that it is understandable to you. So there are three ways in which you can build a personal brand. One is to coach. Okay. Second is to advise. Third is to build influence. These are the only three ways in which you could build your personal brand. Okay. And there are ways to build it. One is when you're building it offline, you are working with a community of people, where you're working with a community of people who want to advance in their jobs and careers. That is where what is called as a offline model, where you're building an HR school, where you're teaching other people how to set up their HR businesses, how to do client calls, how to do sales leadership. These are all things which become a part of building that personal brand, which is by coaching, advising, and influence. Okay. Now, when it comes to coaching, there will be one area in your life which you know more than anybody else. Okay. So you need to identify that particular area where you can coach people, advise people, and influence them. It might not necessarily be HR, it could be anything. Now, ma'am said that, in the initial phases that, oh, it is such a diversified profile. But to make a diversified profile, it takes time. Sometimes it comes naturally over a period of time. You would have worked on so many things that you're able to list out what those skill sets are, which I am good at. So make sure that you highlight and write down those three skills which you're good at. Okay. And when you tell somebody else, if you're talking on a call with a candidate, when you're speaking to some client on a phone call, you need to be really good at that particular skill where they are going to take your advice and move forward in their career. Okay. They might not immediately appreciate you or immediately come back to you, but they will know that you have advised them, and in a later stage it is these people who become your clients. So there are only three ways. One is coaching, second is advising, third is building influence. And when you're building influence, it is largely about you. What are the values that you stand for? So when you tell somebody that, okay, I'm going to rewrite your CV today, and 1,000 rupees is my consultation charge, you ask him to mail the CV. Make sure that you get back to that person, understand what his issues are, what his challenges are, give a lending ear, and then provide him that service. Okay. If you have told somebody that you will be making 4 or 5 resume consultations per day, make sure that you're calling them, speaking to them, and ensuring they get a solution from you, because that is what is your reputation. What you say and what you do should go hand in hand. If it doesn't go, it mars your reputation in the future. Probably that person might get into some another company and become an in charge of a very big team, and you could have lost a potential business in future because of that. So don't think that
I have one question, Janki, here. Like you said very rightly, that coach, advice, and influence. Okay, now there are many youngsters are also there in this, our participants today. So how youngsters, because they feel that if I want to coach, influence, or advise, I need to have some kind of experience. Without
That's
that,
correct.
how will I do? So
Correct.
how they can influence on social media?
Right. Madam, you have touched upon a very important point. If you look at 10 years back, okay, there were no social mediums. Okay. Google Groups or Orkut was the only thing which got shut down at that time, around 2006. But the social mediums have got built in the last 5 years, and there are plenty of them. There is Facebook, there is Instagram, there is LinkedIn. There are so many tools which are available today, and right now they are available. Tomorrow we don't know what new platforms will come. Okay. So today, presents a better opportunity for any person to build a personal brand very quickly. Okay. If you are consistent and if you are writing on those feeds regularly, which are going to hit people, and a chance to build influence very fast if your content is genuine.
Right.
For example, if you are putting up a resume tip for non-IT, non-information technology resumes, you have 5 pointers. Okay? You write a resume, you write a title, you write an objective, you write what your experience is in short. So if you give 5 tips like this, there is a possibility that there are more people viewing that. Okay. Suppose if it is about diversity, suppose if it is about gender sensitization, now it is more. So every day, if you are going to put out relatable content to people in a very simple way, what is gender sensitization? Today, if you see, many of the women are not able to be a part of the workforce. Our GDP is zero, and more women need to come to the workforce. So, what is your content related to for people to know that you are working in this area? Okay, so you have to put relatable content on your feed so that more and more people read, and if it is fresh out of the oven, something new people have not known about, they are going to come like honeybee over there and see first they will put a like on your comment. So when they put a like consistently, after the third or the fourth like, you can get in touch with them and build a relationship where you're understanding what he or she is doing, and then it could turn out to be a potential business in the future. Okay, but you need to put a relatable content for them to understand, and don't think that x amount of likes is so much, and x amount of, no, even that 4 or 5 people took that time to come and read and put a click on that. So by engaging in a conversation on a direct message on any platform, you're engaging with them and have started building a relationship.
Right.
Okay, just like how we are talking right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it works really well in the long run. You're like generating your leads ahead of time. Okay.
Right. We have received another very valid question. Now you and me, we are entrepreneurs and we work on our branding, and that is the focus we have. But there are many people who are working in companies. Okay.
Yes.
When
Yes.
they're working with companies, if they start working on their brand, most of the time their bosses or the company do not
Yeah.
take it in a right test.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there is a fear that, oh my God, this person is writing and doing so much unnecessarily, if you look at,
Yeah.
but that fear stops them.
Right.
How
Right.
to deal with this?
Right. So, in a scenario where you feel it is very fearful to put out any content related to your career, you can always put wisdom quotes or observations around you. Okay. On the way to commuting, this is what I saw, this is what I experienced today. It need not be a long thing. It can just be 2 or 3 lines of it. Okay. In that process, they may be building their network online with many people. Second thing is, once it starts getting visibility, if the management or anybody speaks to you saying that, Arey, you are writing so many things and these are all the things, you should be in a position to convince them, sir, I am working in this company for such a long time and I am capable of bringing that business to you as a stakeholder. That is one way of convincing them. Second thing is, there could be organizations which are not very open-minded. You cannot do much about it, right? So
Right.
you're also putting yourself into risk. But make sure that your feeds are clean. You don't post anything which is not ethical. If it is in the company policy that you cannot write such and such thing related to the company or things like, keep away from that so that it doesn't affect your employment. But I have seen many people who post very unrelated content and are still building their network. Now that requires
Yes.
some kind of skill. I have seen even the top company heads putting unrelated content and they are building it.
Yeah, that is what I think. That is a personal, you can say, in branding, your personal values and ethics do come into the picture. If you're putting up some, craft video, and if you're getting thousands and likes, so likes, doesn't matter.
Hmm.
I think you have given the very valid point that somewhere we also need to write clean. And in our writing, if we put our company brand also, helping company brand to grow, I think
Yes.
then your employers can also support you in this case.
Yes, yes. See, there is two ways to it. One is the employer brand.
Hmm.
Second is the future career path. If an employee has to grow, he also has to build his network. So
Hmm.
they become future ambassadors for your company wherever they go.
Hmm.
So that is the kind of employer and employee relationship also which needs to get built as part of employer branding.
So, I have a very now focused question for you on HR branding. Okay,
Right.
like there are people who still have a say and they say, we don't want to be on social media and branding and all. But
Hmm.
now in recruitment, your favorite topic, in recruitment,
Hmm.
how employer branding helps? Could you please throw some light on that?
Right. See, right at this moment, people are working from home. Close
Hmm.
to 5 million IT employees are working from home. And it has become an increased challenge for HR people to make sure that, they are working and they are engaged, they are completely productive.
Hmm.
At this point of time, all those happy hours which used to work in office on Friday, let us get together for games, let us do this program,
Hmm.
that program is not valid. It is an
Hmm.
ongoing process that they need to keep them engaged. So
Hmm.
at such point of time, keeping them engaged is to ask them to post their childhood photograph and write 4 5 lines about it, or what they cooked in the kitchen as men, as gender diversification. These are all part of employer branding at this point of time, because we are moving to a work from home kind of an economy till July. So
Hmm.
during this phase, how they handled. So these all become part of employer branding even when they're attracting talent in the future,
Yes.
saying that this is how we built built
I,
our this is how our employees worked in those period of time. They were very flexible, and it attracts talent in the future. It appeals to many people. They read that and they come and they join your company.
Absolutely. I think to add on to that, I will say that, when you write about, our employer branding, or when we are on social media, it is immense importance to put culture related stories, onboarding related stories, bounce back stories, how ethicality has come into the picture. I think if we
Mhm.
write about all this, then it has got a huge impact on employer branding, and as well as to attract. I mean, we like, for example, when we put about ProTouch, this is how we are onboarding, Friday fun activities we are doing, and I receive WhatsApp, oh, I would like to be a part of this team,
Hmm.
and I think this is how attracting employees and talent works when we work in employer branding. Yeah.
Correct.
So I think there are some questions have also come. Let's
Hmm.
have a look at the questions. And okay, so Rahul is saying many progressive organizations use their employees to their advantage in branding. Yes. So I think that is, we talk about employee advocacy. Am I right, Janki?
That's correct. But it is also two way. More and more people will view your profile when it has got a particular logo or a branding solution there. You're able to attract a very good network into your system in the future also. So, it is going to be a two-way thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, and having said that, we cannot compel our employees to, share and like, but if they do, that add to their value as well as employers' value, I feel. And
Right.
employee advocacy is the best way that if the employees are coming and talking good about your company, I think that
Right.
can be a really great strategy to use.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, if you look at it, I don't know, 2 months ago, before all this corona and everything started,
Mhm.
we had seen an employee from Swiggy. Okay.
Yes, right,
Yeah, Swiggy. He was talking for about 2 minutes about all the technologies he gets to work on e-commerce, and
right.
they had posted it on LinkedIn in terms of how best they get to work on various kind of technologies in an e-commerce company. So they are trying to do a fantastic branding by asking him to speak about the kind of work environment that he is in. So that
Right.
is one fantastic example in recent times.
Yes. How recruiters, how recruiters can use social media to attract talents. I mean, if you can uh, give few more points on that, because we have seen few recruiters are saying, if you are looking for a job, comment, 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 comment. If you comment, comment, and then they have, thousands of comments and there is no reply. I think this is where the ethical comes into the picture, and we are playing with the emotions of people somewhere, which should not be there, right? So,
Right.
so how they can attract by being ethical also, and even they need to attract the attention of the readers. How can
Exactly.
they do that?
Right. See, here again, knowledge becomes very important. Suppose if you're hiring somebody for a logistics and manufacturing company, okay?
Huh,
So you write 4 lines about what the logistics industry is and
huh,
what the recent things that are happening with logistics and transportation and everything. Okay.
hmm,
And then below you give saying that, hiring 10 to 15 years experienced candidate
hmm,
for a leading transportation company. Please get in touch with so and so email ID, or you could also pass on your references. That should be your way of asking something online. If you're directly putting things like a job description on your feed,
hmm.
it is to attract a very different kind of a herd. You're not going to get the right kind of results for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I very nice that is, and I think there are a few questions. Let me take few questions. Cyril Thomas is asking that. So, do you mean that personal thoughts and comments are equivalent to branding? I think it's a very valid question. Sometimes we uh,
Hmm.
underestimate the power of comments, right?
Right.
So,
Right. See, if you look at, I don't know if you have used LinkedIn very extensively,
hmm,
there are people with every comment they will put something about their organization or something about their business below it, or
huh,
even if it's employees, they will clearly highlight this is what I am looking for at this point of time. Probably somebody would have looked into it and they would have
huh,
messaged. Okay.
huh,
I'm telling you, if you have been very consistent for 6 to 8 months,
huh,
okay, irrespective of what the results are, you are
hmm,
going to have an inbox which is full and you will not have time to go in such a way where you don't know which is a lead generation, which is a business, and
huh,
which is a candidate. You will not come to know. That is the kind of response which the social mediums are receiving right now.
hmm,
Everybody is on mobile.
huh, right.
Everybody is on mobile, and 5G is also going to come.
Huh.
See, once this pandemic and all these things are over, people need to work. People
Hmm.
need to go to office. People have bills and all these things to pay. so,
Mhm.
so
Absolutely.
right. So
Right.
people will have to come online. Right now, they are all online because they have no place to go. Plenty of them are working from home.
Hmm.
Even after May 3rd, people are going to be online because plenty of them have lost jobs. They have no idea how to, restart their career. Some will become forced entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Some will become profit share entrepreneurs. This is going to be the future. If we have to only generate our own economy.
Absolutely. I think, and this COVID-19, we should not say anything, but unfortunate part, but this is the right time to go online, develop
Yes.
the content, and, create the reputation. Let's not think about the profit, how much we are generating, but this will give us a lot of things in long term.
Right.
Having said that, there is a wonderful question has come from Sharon. I'm sorry if I've not, spelled or pronounced your name rightly. Uh, the question is how to create content without involving agents who charge now lump sum amounts.
Correct, correct. Sharon, there would be something that you cook every day. If you're very good at art or if you're very good at taking pictures, make sure that you post that content online and write 2 or 3 lines about it. I'm sure you're doing a lot of things in a day. You're
Hmm.
using so many products and so many services in a day. Just write 2 or 3 lines about whatever you feel like. And over a period of time, you will know what works with people. And I'm
Hmm.
telling you, the most silliest of the things will work with people. And the more serious you are, it doesn't work.
Ah. this is what the discussion which we had. What is our experience is, I would certainly would like to share my experience here. There was a time I used to sit in my car and take videos, and I used to make sure that the video should not be more than 1 minute because people don't have that much time. And my identity became like, hey, you're Aparna, right? You post those videos sitting in the car, right? I said, yes. And I had no clue that how it is influencing people. And having said that, if I'm investing 4,000 rupees in making one video, there was the lowest visibility which we had, and the term which you use, that is, fresh from the oven, makes a huge difference when it comes to social media. Simplicity, imperfection, that is the beauty, right?
Because that is what 80% of the people are. And 20% of the people are more into all this management and strategy and all that. And trust me, they also come to influencers for marketing. Why is it so? That is because all this dancing and this music and all these things is what people are viewing more than strategy and management.
But there is a creativity part. Like, for example, if you look at, many people have that brand image when we talk about TikTok, right? But if you look at it, Swiggy has got a highest level of mileage through that. Kitna kamate ho, 350. That video, if you look at it, talk a lot about their organization story and the contentment and job satisfaction, right? So we have to see how it is working.
And there is one more thing, based on the user audience. If you look at TikTok, it might be largely a youth oriented platform where a very different kind of brand sells there. And LinkedIn is like more B2B and more business to business, or even if it is business to consumer in your training or a job space, you have to structure your content accordingly. Right. See, now if you were to put something similar to what they have done on LinkedIn, you don't know how it will work out with people, but you will have to take the chance to put it out somewhere to know whether it worked or whether it didn't work. So both ways it will help, because the crowd knows it much better than you. It is always about them and not about you.
Yes. In the chat box, one person has asked a very nice question. I think we have touched also, but still if you can throw some light, that is, I'm a fresher. I don't have any experience. How I can build my brand?
Right. For building any brand, it will take anywhere about 1 year's time. Okay. Speak to as many people as possible. There is something called as Dunbar's number. Okay. No matter how much social media or how much presence you have, you will be able to keep only 150 contacts in your mind. Your brain can only store about 150 contacts in your mind, saying that you have spoken to this person, you have certain things about them, your personal things about them, or their family or their career and things like that. So get to that 150 number where you know them in person, one-on-one. Get up in the morning, go and meet 3 new people every day. So you have 50 days. Get up in the morning, brush your teeth from 9 to 5. Don't judge anybody. Go to any shop, go and meet the owner. Go and meet him, tell him hi and come, find out what his business is. In 50 days, you have 150 contacts.
Absolutely.
Right? And next time, take him to the nearest tapri or chai shop. Tell him, okay, let's have a coffee, let's have a tea. You will not get business from him, but you will get business from his network.
Absolutely. I think there is a very nice, one TEDx speaker. The boy's age is around 17 and 18. And, he just go and ask people, hey, what's your learning from life? Okay. This is the only one question they ask. Maybe your age can be 22, your age can be 70. And he asked this question, what is your experience? What is it that you have learned from life? And he writes about that story. Imagine, it is the simplest question. And I think what makes a difference is the consistency. Right? Correct. Every day you're writing one fabulous story. At the end of the life, what matters is this.
Right. Second thing I would also like to say, he is a fresher, right, who has spoken about this. As a fresher, I have done that mistake. I will tell you, the interview method is the best method to progress in life. So if you spoke to 150 people, you spoke to 150 small businesses, over a period of time, you will come to know what their pains are, what their joys are. So you document those 150 stories.
Absolutely. I think this is the story we talk about. When you meet one person, you read one book.
Correct.
And that is how you're reading 150 books at a time. I mean, amazing. And this is what, why, and how have you managed? I think we will have great stories around. There is a wonderful question has come that if it is a glass door and all, sometimes there are negative reactions and negative people talk negative, give reviews. How employers needs to react to that?
Right. See, in many places, the leadership communication will not be strong. If the profits come in regularly, they're not bothered about what is happening in the down part. They will push it aside. Okay, HR, you please handle this. HR, you please handle this. So make sure that as an HR person, you get this message across to the leadership and get them to talk to the employees frequently every quarter. Within 3 months, this is where we stand today. This is where we are going forward. Now, these are the challenges that are expected in the next 3 months. Why we are taking a pay cut, and why we should not be hiring for the next 6 months. How are we going to grapple this situation? Share whatever is your problem with the employees so that they feel more ownership towards solving that problem. So
Great.
that is what employer branding is. He will go outside and tell to his another friend in another company, आज हमारे साथ ऐसा ऐसा हुआ यार, हमको ऐसा ऐसा सब पूछा है, हमको suggestions भी मांगा है, आज हमसे ये suggestion मांगा है कि you give 3 suggestions to solve the problem. We also don't know how to solve it. And the combined wisdom is always strong. The combined wisdom of people.
So true.
Yeah. So that's what matters. If you don't know how to solve a problem, put it on the combined wisdom. Somebody will give you the answer.
Okay, but I think sometimes, being an entrepreneur, it happens with us. Sometimes someone writes the wrong thing about you, because at the end of the day, we have to also understand we cannot make everyone happy.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
That's the story.
Right.
And I think in a very different way that if I get a negative review, that also shows our positive reviews authenticity.
Yes.
That we have not bought those reviews.
Yes.
And we try to make sure that we have more reviews on the page, fresh reviews, so that that negative review will go down. So that is how I think we have to work little strategically. But negative comment is also fine, because it's okay.
Yeah.
All positivity is also, question mark. Wonderful.
See, one thing I would like to say, when they come and put a lot of negative comments on your inbox, one is you either consider it as a perspective. Second is, if they have consistently been negative, it shows more about their mindset and not about you.
Yeah, that happens. There is another question, which is wonderful again. I think Cyril Thomas deserves virtual claps from all of us. He has asked another very good question, and that is, how do you calculate ROI on investment on employer branding? How do you calculate that?
Right, sir, that is all much about goodwill. A lot of bigger companies use it in their advantage, but for smaller setups, I don't think there is any mechanism, where they are able to literally measure it. Bigger companies can do that, saying more and more people prefer to work with them, but smaller companies so far do not have a mechanism where they can capture that ROI or things like that. One way to do is without posting an ad or without telling anybody, people are willing to work for you. Then you're a good brand.
Yeah. And I think we can also have a lot of numbers and calculations, like, during your recruitment process, you can always conduct the survey and find out which is the source. What is it that motivated you to join us, or you have applied? Okay, which is the source you got to know about our position. And then if you are feeling like, just before starting this session, there were a few people who joined in, and I asked them, from where did you got to know about our event? And they said, from Facebook. So, I get those insights that, okay, the Facebook is working more effectively than LinkedIn or than Insta. And then we can always have those, so numbers and insights you can always get if you have a different, create the metrics and conduct the surveys. That is what will be the,
Right.
My
Right. See,
exact.
surveys is also an engaging thing. Not
Huh,
many companies do it.
hmm,
Now, even while they're working from home,
huh,
it is a fantastic tool if companies can do a survey to find out what challenges the employees are facing
huh,
internally, and based on that, come up with some intervention.
huh. Right. I think we have Muzammil Ansari, and he has asked a wonderful question that how to think out of the box. It should not be the common thing what others are doing. If
Hmm.
this is what is the comment is talking about, how to come up with out of the box. Let me read. I'm HR profession. Which are the ideas can be used for employer branding that should not be monotonous. Okay,
Hmm.
so that
Hmm.
is the point he's asking.
Hmm. Right. See, every company plans about 12 events, one event in a month. Okay,
Hmm.
and all those 12 events can be centered around so many things. One on their upgrading, one on their upskilling.
Hmm.
Second with their family. Third with their child. Like that, there can be themes which can be brainstormed in a room, and then based on that, you can come up with 12 events in a year and make sure that they happen on a regular basis. Then you have rewards, then you have recognition. 12 goes off very easily, but how
Hmm.
to conduct those 12, you need to work in the remaining 3 weeks.
Ah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think to come up, and honestly speaking, on social media, everything gets viral so fast that whatever innovation you have done today, that everybody will be following tomorrow. Okay.
Correct.
So we have to come up with, and we have to be observant. And also,
Right.
I think we have to learn from, cross social media platform.
Right.
Insta, what is trending on Insta may trend on LinkedIn, and what is trending on LinkedIn may go and be effective there. So I think we
Right.
have to pick up from different
Right.
platforms.
Right. For
That's also.
example, just before all this, I think 2 or 3 months ago, there
Hmm.
was a video which went viral about a very good company called Wellspun.
Hmm.
Their senior lady, the person who heads the Wellspun division,
Hmm.
was seen dancing with all the employees on the
Yes,
office floor. Yeah,
absolutely.
she was dancing. So what message does it send out? It shows that we are all equal. The leadership is equal. They are very happy go lucky, free type. You can get
Hmm.
in touch with them, you can talk anything to them. That is the kind of employer branding or message it sends out to the market, saying that we are well equipped, we are very strong, and we work very closely. So that's how it
Sorry
is.
to say, but my message from that video was, when a lady leads, this happens. Yeah.
So they
Sorry,
are
but
also
that
trying.
happens.
Yeah, so that is what the whole idea is about. It's very unique, and I'm
Yeah.
sure it got viral so much. See, even
Ah,
if it was 4 lakh or 5 lakh people, out of that, even if 1 lakh people saw it, it is an imprint in their mind if we are discussing about it right now.
right. So ultimately, what people talks behind you, and that is the story. And we all need to work on story creation. There is a very different question has come using TikTok to build employer brand versus using LinkedIn will attract different quality of workforce. So, what are your thoughts on that? Is it wise to use TikTok or not as an employer brand?
See, I haven't used TikTok till date. There were two reasons for it. One is in between, I got many messages saying that it's coming from another country and it is
Hmm.
compromised on security, so I didn't go forward with it. But I have been consistent with LinkedIn, and trust me, LinkedIn works very well. And now with Microsoft having invested money into LinkedIn, the
Yeah.
story looks bright for another decade. So if
Hmm.
you're planning to start a business and shut it down and exit it also, this is the good place to be.
Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
right, 10 years is a decent time to start off something, build it in scale, exit it, or continue with it or perpetuate it.
I think, when we are working on branding, uh, uh, I think we should try and test all the platforms. There is no harm.
Yes.
You all can follow me on TikTok, right?
Mm.
Yes, my many videos went viral on that. Okay.
Mm.
It's a platform. What do we do on that? I think that makes a difference. Like on TikTok, EduTalk for trainers. It's a very good platform. And, it teaches you what message you want to give within 15 seconds. Story within 50 seconds. I think that is what TikTok is talking about. Of course, now these things have come up, but we need to try. There was one lady who is into sex education business, and
Hmm.
she is using TikTok on LinkedIn and
Hmm.
makes very intelligent
Hmm.
videos in on
Hmm.
those 15 seconds. So what
Hmm.
I feel is, how do we use platform makes a huge difference. Keep trying. If it works,
Yeah.
go ahead. If doesn't, it is
You
okay.
don't know.
Hmm.
You just go based on what's showing up. Oh, this is what they do. This is
Hmm.
what they want. It's
Hmm.
not about you. It's about them.
Absolutely. It's about them.
Yeah.
And if you're younger generation, I've seen on TikTok employment advertisements are also happening.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So uh, don't take me wrong, but suppose if you want to look for the runners, if you're looking forward for the delivery boys, and if you're looking for people, where is your source? That
Yes.
makes a difference. And if the
Right.
source is there, then you need to go there. That is what, I
Right.
personally feel. Right?
Right. So that is why you do not go and comment in a very impolite manner anywhere, because
Right.
it's actually putting your
Hmm.
reputation to stake. You can have a perspective,
Hmm.
very nicely put across your perspective. Whether it is right or wrong is different, but
Yes.
make sure that you don't make very impolite comments under anybody's page, because you are actually marring your reputation. You don't know who's coming and reading what there.
Right. So let's take another question. Okay.
Right.
Um, ROI we have covered. I think there are few questions are coming around how to retain people in this
Hmm.
situation. These are some questions we'll take if the time permits, because we want to be more on branding right now, right?
Hmm.
So how about you wanted to tell us some 9 techniques?
Hmm.
So because looking at the time, would you like to share those techniques now?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Great.
It was about 9 hacks of recruitment. I had done
Okay.
a webinar last week for a recruitment and consulting firm. So I'm going to quickly, uh, touch upon points which we covered
Mhm.
there. You can use it based on your training approach also. You can use it based on your internal business approach also.
Mhm.
So 9 hacks of recruitment comes in RECRUIT. Okay. Recruits. Recruits is the 9 letter word. So
Huh.
in that, the first one is re-engage. Okay. So far, if you have spoken to anybody in the last 10 years, even from the first person to the last person, get back to those old engagements and old relationships, because they would have grown in their career for 10 years right now. So they
Okay.
would already be heading some division. They would be already doing middle management stuff, or probably would have started off their own business also. We don't know. So
Mhm.
go back to your old engagements from where you started, and re-engage with them. Ask them for their updated profile or coordinates, whatever
Mhm.
is required. Okay. Second is engage with them, have genuine conversations, saying that, hello sir, I provided you this service in 90, I mean, you can say, I provided this service to you in 2012. I hope you are in the best of conditions right now. I know that there is a pandemic, and I hope you're doing really well. This is also part of branding. Whether you're doing it from a company perspective, you're going to get back to them and find out what's happening with them.
Hmm.
They may be in between jobs, or they may have started off companies which require training. So genuinely engage with them, find out where they stay, how their family is, how are things with them. Okay,
Yes.
because nobody does these things these days, because everybody is on WhatsApp chat and social mediums, which has diluted conversation.
Hmm.
Right, so it's very important to build that. Even if you're doing the same strategy which I told you about, Dunbar's number,
Hmm.
to a fresher, 50 days, just do 3 contacts in a day. 3 contacts in a day, and then drop them a mail saying that this is what we spoke and this is what we do. Just put them a mail. Don't judge anything. Don't put your head into anything. Just do this
Yes.
right now. Okay.
Absolutely.
Engage. CREC. C is career coaching. Career coaching is like you're a Buddha to them. They'll come and tell you, in under such circumstances, I want to change my job. Tell them to be wherever they are right now, unless their company asks them to go out, because they are actually compounding their problems by leaving organizations and joining in another one without knowing what's on offer. We don't know how companies will treat them in the next 6 months to 1 year's time. So be genuine with them and tell them that, this is what you should be doing right now. Instead of compounding your problems, stay where you are and live in a very decent budget. Give them tips on how they need to manage their career in the next 1 year. Okay. If you see this year, 2020, we are seeing too many people who have lost their internships. They do not have internships to do for the next 2 months because all the banks and logistics transportation companies who had hired them for internships are saying we have nothing to do, you manage. So today we have hired one person who's doing internship. We said, okay, fine, you come and do random projects, we'll give you 2 months and we'll give you the certificate also. So they are so you genuinely career coach them, tell them what they need to do at this point of time. Right? RECR, recruit, take references. They'll have at least 5 people whom they know who will need some kind of service. Anything they will need. Just take 5 people who are looking out for a job or looking out for some training. Just take 5 references from them.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, references is one. You understand where they wish to take their life or career forward. What they are going to do. Some of them will openly tell you, I have 22 years of experience and I need to be working for next 5 years because I have some financial commitments. I need to pay my EMIs. So understand them why they are saying certain things. Okay. It should not be about what solutions you are offering. You're just trying to understand them because they will remember your conversation next time you call them. Okay. So understand where they wish to take their career forward. Eyes interview tips. Always very important for everybody, right? Keep giving them all sorts of ideas. They would have randomly just called you, madam, I am taking an interview next week. What do you think I should focus on? Whatever points they may not know. So just give it to them what you know the best in terms of interview tips. And it is different for different people, different for different industries. Okay. And why you should be doing it. Once he goes and takes up a job in that company, he becomes the point of reference for you for so many things in the future, right? That is interview tips. Last is T, second last. T is time on call. Give them adequate time. See, right now nobody is hurried, nobody has to commute. At least 2 hours in a day people used to commute to come and go from work. Now that 2 hours is reduced, right, on a daily basis. So in that 2 hours, whomever you're building a relationship with on call, give them adequate time. Like say if you're speaking to them for 5 minutes, generally give them 10 minutes, 15 minutes to wholeheartedly speak, and people want to speak. They are available now. Earlier it was not like that. If you look at 3 months back, people would not speak so because they're all running one race. Right now nobody is running any race. So even after May 3rd, they will have so many problems or so many things to share with you. So become a part of it as if you're a family member and you're telling them what to do.
So true.
Right? So that is how we are going to build our new economy. And trust me, it is going to be very domestic economy, very slow economy for the next 1.5 years. Those who can sit tight and build relationships and work like a sadhu, yogi, missionary will be able to tide through it very easily, very well in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, they'll have so many problems. They'll have housing problems. They'll have grocery problems. Somebody in the house will be sick. Somebody will have a disease, will not be getting adequate medication also. But our words can soothe them. Right? That time on call you give.
I think very, very valid point, time on call. Whenever you have time, I've taken even the calls at 6:30 in the morning on my walk because people are working. Their work starts at 9 o'clock. So I said, okay, you want to have career counseling. Do you have time at 6:30? And they said, 6:30? I said, yes,
Right.
because that is the walk time. Can we have? And then I'm walking, I'm talking and, everything. And that helps. So if anyone calls you, message you, I need a help, that is an opportunity for you. Don't ignore that. If we are
Yes.
not able to help, at least refer to the good person, right person.
Correct.
I think that is also very important, right?
Right. It's all
Okay.
social capital.
Yes. And with the intention, I think, I there is something called two eyes in life. One is income and another is impact. It is our call. Where do we want? What is it that we need to follow? Right?
Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
want to follow only income, it is not, possible to get it next day.
Right.
Work on impact, income will be taken care. I think that is, and I think intent. So these are three eyes very important in our life.
Right.
Great.
Right. Somebody, Mr. Mathur, somebody had posted a
Huh. Yes.
question uh, just while we were speaking, and he had a very good
Huh.
question. Can you just read out?
Mr. Mathur has written just now also, Mohit Mathur, you mean only performers can sustain in this post-COVID?
It will be the quickest people who can adapt very fast, because now the moment is very slow. Once everything picks up, it will be how fast you're able to adapt. Those people will succeed in the next 10 years.
Hmm. Right.
How quick you are. If you are
Okay.
having a fixed mindset, you will not be able to move forward, because everything around you will change.
Hmm. Naresh has asked question during such kind of situation, how do we retain people? Because employees are applying to other companies in this time also. How do we retain them?
Right, by showing them care and concern, even if they're looking out for some job somewhere, if it doesn't work, you always have the potential to rehire them.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what it is.
जो आने वाला है वो जाने वाला है. I think that is the
Nobody
story.
knows the future. Nobody knows. Many businesses who are able to sustain will pick it up from there and they'll weather it off. Those who are building it from zero, if you have a very good strategy, you will be able to build it very quickly in next 10 years. And see, the social media of today, who knows in next 5 years, India will have its own social media for each state. We don't know.
Absolutely.
Delhi will have its own social media channel. Maharashtra will have something on its own. We don't know.
Absolutely. I think last question we can take. One last question if you have. Anyone can unmute yourself and ask the question. We are perfectly all right with that. One last question we can take.
Dr. Archana Salve?
Huh. Yes, she's there.
Yep.
Can you guide on employee engagement in teaching profession? Amazing. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I had touched upon this in the beginning. Coaching, advising, and influencing. Teachers play a very important role for students or people who are less experienced. Your knowledge is always valuable to them. So that itself is engaging. If they are coming back to you again for advice, know that they are already engaged.
I think, and there is another way also. We are coaching, we are advising. It's a time to reverse coaching also.
Yeah.
Your students can teach you really great thing, how to
Yeah.
conduct session, what platform to use, how to conduct, have games. I think
Yeah.
gaming, they can teach you very well. And gaming is something which is required in today's education. And you never know, you will play Ludo with your students as well. So reverse
Yes, yes.
mentoring, learn from them is
Yeah, yeah,
very important.
yeah.
Yes. How HR analytics impact business?
Oh, so much. I mean, but trust me, all these analytics and all is not going to seriously work in the next 2 or 3 years. It will throw up very strange kind of patterns which people cannot draw insights from. See, in a stable market, you will have all analytics working, campaigns running. But what will you do when analytics cannot figure out what people are buying, what they are paying, how they are paying, why they are buying so and so things? It will be different for different people. It's like VUCA, very volatile. You can't understand why people are behaving in a particular way.
Yeah. Having said that, I think gut feeling is important. Gut feeling is always there because yes, gut feeling tells us a lot. So,
Right.
but आपको at the end of the day, you have to also convince your management that this will work. And you have to show the numbers, you know. Whenever I talk about this, I remember dialogue of Shah Rukh Khan. सबने बोला काली शक्ल नहीं चलेगी, बड़ा नाक नहीं चलेगा, ऐसे कक करते हुए नहीं चलेगा, लेकिन चल गया, right? So gut feeling and analytics, I think it will go hand in hand to prove your decision and your gut feeling is right. So that will be the thing, I think. Correct. I think, and this note, we have come to the end of the talk today. Right. Wonderful. Would like to, you know, I will also share the recording of the session with all of you so that, you know, I can share with you. Keep on updating you about the next events. And Janki Madam के लिए जोरदार virtual clapping हो जाना चाहिए. Can we have the virtual clapping for, you know, Janki Madam? I think she has taken out time. She has taken out time. You know, just a minute, please. That's very important. And इनके पीछे पढ़ो मतलब इनको follow करो. Every day you will get to know great tips. She will stand in her balcony. You will see the rainbow. You will see sunset. And such a lively person you are. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for such a wonderful insights. And I think she has given us great tips. 9 hacks on recruitment. Thank you so much. Right? Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone for taking out time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Janki. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You can follow me on LinkedIn.
Thanks, Janki. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janki ma'am. It is a wonderful session.
Sure.
Do follow
Aparna as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team ProTouch.
Yes.
Thank you, Team ProTouch, for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm having this personal touch on this webinar. I'm just loving it. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Aparna ma'am.
Yes.
Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Aparna ma'am. Thank you, Janki ma'am.
Thank you, Pragati. Thank you. Great. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. They can get in touch or write to me
Bye.
on my email. If they want anything specific, you can write to me by email.
We will get in touch with you. 100%.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.